We should be live.
Pablo Honey time.
Yay.
We are. I got it working. Let's go. I am him. Okay. Oops. Did not mean to do that. A little later for I think it's been 3-4 days since we last went live. We do it Saturday or Sunday?
I don't know, but it's been a little bit.
A couple days. What's up, Woo Bino? Are we gonna do yes? Not currently on the books to do yes.
Maybe.
But that has never stopped us before because we always we have random things pop up all the time, so it's certainly possible.
If someone wants to pay us to do yes or the doors, then sure.
And that is true.
We got a couple more prog classics to get to before we get to a close to the edge or a fragile.
Indeed, and I was gonna say, we're also gonna be reopening our paid album requests because we are all caught up and have finished with the Zeppelin discography for now. So we are gonna be reopening them. I wanted to talk a bit more about it once the recording started so people could actually see it. But yeah, we will be doing that again. So a little bit different this time. So we have more, we'll have more room about it this time. Finally starting a new band's discography. It's going to be a movie. Very interested to see the Radiohead fans, what we get here. You not, Noah?
Not for the first couple albums.
Try Buy Me a Coffee? I've heard of that. I don't know what that is. Oh, right. A way for people to like donate so they can yeah. Okay. We might I'll look into this. I'll look into this and see what we got. Maybe use that for our album request. We'll see.
Well, it costs a little more.
Yeah, it's not going to be just a coffee though. That's it's going to have to be a little bit more expensive than that. Radiohead is in my top 5 so many classics. I think a lot of us here would agree it is a very good band.
I put them probably in my top 5.
What's up, Rickster? Reaction off Ambrosia, the first album. I have not heard Ambrosia. I think you two probably have, right?
Nope.
No? Oh, okay.
No idea.
All right, you guys ready to start?
Yep.
Let's do it. It's a little bit later today that we're streaming, so we'll let people file in as they do, but let's get it going. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to 3 Idiots Talking Podcast. We are here with our very first album. Yes, we are. We are here with our very first album reaction off of Radiohead's discography. That is right. We are officially moving on to start Radiohead as well as Pink Floyd's discography. And there's the chocolate milk making an appearance. A long one, this one. There we go. But for today, we are starting Radiohead's discography with their debut album, Pablo Honey. Now, we want to just say thank you guys so much for all your Zeppelin support that we had recently. We really appreciate it. It was a huge, we went through the discography. We put up a poll on our channel to see if you guys wanted us to do Coda and if we wanted us to just move on to Pink Floyd and Zeppelin, or Pink Floyd and Radiohead. And it was close, but it ended up being that you guys wanted us to move on to Pink Floyd and Radiohead. So that is what we are doing. We are obliging. We will finish Coda at some point later on down the road, but for now, given that Coda is just is not a studio album, and we wanted to get ahead to Pink Floyd and Radiohead, so we're here with Pablo Honey, Radiohead's 1993 debut album, 12 songs long, 42 minutes. Cole, actually, you know what, Noah, I'm gonna ask you because I know you're a huge Pablo Honey fan, of course. Tell us a little bit about Pablo Honey and tell us where Radiohead was at the very start of their career. What was going on?
Based off the album, I don't know anything about it besides the band. Based off the album, they heard a lot of things
Oh my god, my
at
camera.
the time and decided to try them. That is what I get from this album, is that they heard a lot of modern rock at the time and decided to try and do their version of it.
Do
Trying
their
to catch
version
that grunge
of modern
wave.
grunge rock. Okay. So yeah, grunge was huge. This was right around the time Nirvana was like probably the biggest band on the planet, right? So grunge was making its way into the mainstream, and we do get a little bit of grunge in here, don't we, Cole?
Yeah, there's some grunge-esque stuff in here for sure.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we need to delay anymore unless you guys want to. Cole, are you in the? You are not in the jam.
I didn't know there was
All
a
right.
link for it.
While he joins the jam, there's a comment. Will you guys react to some Velvet Underground stuff?
Yes, we will.
At some point.
100% 240 Mohammed Dinar Prakaso. I hope I said your
Getting
last name
that
right. But yes.
Sub number up will help.
Yes, there are sub goals. If you go look into channel posts, you can see our sub goals through 2,000. And the more, we're very close to 1,000, getting very close. You can even see we now have a sub goal counter right above Cole's head. So he looks right up there. You'll see a sub goal counter. It is live as we speak. So our main goal right now is hit 1,000. Our main goal is hit 1,000. It will be live during the stream and the video recording. So the more you guys share it, the more we get there, the more videos we can do. But it's time to get into it. We are starting off Pablo Honey's Radiohead's Pablo Honey with You. It's crazy how much they level up after this album.
It is.
Would agree, Isiru. Would highly agree.
Some people would say that.
When I hear this, I'm expecting Eddie Vedder to come in. Start, oh yeah!
It's a rough transition right there. Really just let that squeak go like that, didn't he?
He really had to grow into that voice.
It did not come naturally, that's for sure.
You can see he grew into the pitch. I don't know if he ever grew into doing that.
It's a little rough.
You're really excited for the Benz, an amazing record. It's gonna be a thing of discography to go through, that's all I'm gonna say.
Accurate for some reason.
You. Mm.
Okay. All right. There we had you. Very first song off Radiohead's discography off of Pablo Honey. Let's start with the biggest Pablo Honey fan here, Noah.
I don't like the false labels. I'm a very big Radiohead fan. I've heard every album multiple times. This one, let's go song by song. Boy, it took a while for Tom York to really find out what he was good at singing wise and annoying at. And yeah, he's finding out what he's pretty annoying at right now. He's doing a very good job at instantly finding out what he's not very good at by
Yep.
doing it. There's just some vocal lines where the delivery is just kind of cringe. And then some points he just gets really squealy.
Yeah.
Doesn't really control his voice very well in this album. And then the instrumental just feels so whatever. Feels like a billion other bands have done it or could have done it already.
Yeah, it's
I
understandable.
just don't understand what it just. I don't know. It just feels like they were just trying to make some fucking mainstream slop to try and capitalize on the popularity of grunge at the time, and they made it an okay song, I guess. I'll give that a 5.
5. Wow. Okay, low. Cole?
Yeah, not a big fan of this. It's basically just like a. It sounds like instrumentally they're just trying to like copy Soundgarden, but with like worse guitar playing.
That's a good comparison, actually, on this song at least.
Yeah, and boy, I don't like Tom York vocally on this song really at all. I think he's just not playing to his strengths. I've never been like I've had a lot of problems with Tom York's vocals even throughout some of their later albums, but here it's just like so uncoordinated. And it's just like it's not what he's good at. This type of stuff is just he's just not good at this in my opinion. And also did not really care much for the lyrics. There's a couple lines that I thought were, especially at the beginning, I thought were really stupid. So yeah, just kind of a bland grunge song with some bad vocal and not great lyrics. I'll throw like a 4.5 to a 5, I guess.
4.5 to a 5. Okay, so I'll be a little bit higher up on this. Like I think I will be throughout the most of the album. I don't hate this nearly as much as these two. I don't think it's anywhere near as bad. I do think the transitions on this song are particularly rough. You can definitely hear that this is their debut album that they did not have, even if they had done solo works before this and other projects or anything like that, which I don't know if they did or not, but it's rough. The transitions are rough. Instrumentally, they are not there yet. They have a long way to go. Tom York, as Noah mentioned, is not there yet as a singer. He has a long way to get that sound that he projects that makes Radiohead so unique. He has a long way to go till he develops that. That being said, there are good things on here. There is a good sounding instrumental. There is a good riff. There is a good, or maybe not good, but there is lyrically, you start to get a little bit of the essence of what Radiohead will become. Now, it's very corny at the start. They're trying to be very emo and catching on to, like Cole said, the grunge wave at the time, which was very popular, and they're trying to be ahead of their time. They have a lot to learn, but it is their debut album, so I'm not going to crucify them. I will give this a solid 5.5 to 6, because I don't think this is nearly as rough as these two do, but at the other hand, it's still a long way to go, and we know how much better they can become.
Glad I never have to listen to that song ever again.
The song has some cool moments. I agree, Iser. I think it does have some cool moments. It definitely shows that they will be better. There is elements that they have to improve on. Bands from that time, Bush, The Camera, I dig Radiohead. I mean, there are more popular bands than that, I think, and definitely better bands than that as well, Brickster. All right, up next,
Okay,
the
never mind.
biggest. Wait, it's true though. The biggest song in Radiohead's discography by far, "Creep."
I'm getting like pre-cringe, like the cringe before the cringe happens.
Pre-cringe.
When you were before,
My hands right now. It's
couldn't
just
look you in the
Hey, you're so special, Cole.
shut the fuck up.
eye, just like an angel.
Your skin makes me cry.
Skin makes me cry.
This
gotta
song
hear
makes
it
me
twice.
cry.
You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special.
Boy, I'm gonna have enemies on both sides for this one.
You're so fucking special.
Don't say it.
But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to know.
I really don't care, Isiru. That means nothing to me.
You're so fucking special.
You're so fucking special.
I wish I was special.
I wish.
I wish I was special.
But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo.
Oh my lord, I'm just now realizing how bad his vocals are on this voice.
You never got that?
I've never paid this much attention to it.
I think it sounds good here. I don't care.
Because he's doing falsetto.
Yeah,
That's
sounds
what
more
it's called.
Yeah,
It's not
it's not
particularly
peak.
coordinated.
It's not peak, but it's there.
It's a bit
I enjoy that.
undeveloped.
That's good.
Nobody else got me. I know Isiru got me.
Whatever you
I really want to go first again.
I don't. What the hell does that have to do with how good the song is? I don't care.
Special.
Bohemian Rhapsody's iconic. I don't
I
fucking
wish
care.
I was
That's
special.
not what I'm talking about.
I don't know what he said. Oh,
But
top
I'm
shelf.
a-
Just said this box.
Oh god,
I'm a
no.
weirdo.
I'm going
Get rid of the-
first.
Get rid of the S and then add ing space sucks.
Boy, that was original. I couldn't tell that was coming.
Eat a dick. I don't fucking care.
Mean? How rude of you. Manners.
Hey,
I'm
this
good.
song's almost at 2 billion streams on Spotify. That means something.
Okay.
Right, boys?
Dance
Yeah.
Monkey has 2 billion streams.
All right, I'm going first.
Like, best song of
I'm
all
going to
time.
make enemies on both sides. I don't care. I will defend this song till the day I die because I like it. And when you like a song, you defend it. And I like it. I know Radiohead fans hate it. I know Radiohead hates it. I know fans who don't even care about Radiohead probably like it. Well, put me in that camp because I think this song, I agree, Iceru, it fucks. I like the sound of practically everything on this song. I like how he sings. I do think, yes, the lyrics are emo and depressing and corny, but you know what? If you're gonna write depressing, emo, corny lyrics, you might as well sing it like you're depressing and emo and corny, and he does. He sounds rough. He sounds the proper terminology escapes me, but he sounds like it's like affecting him as he sings. And yet I still love everything about the way he decides to sing this song. I know it's completely different than the rest of the discography. I know after this album, he changes up entirely how he sings throughout the rest of his, but that's fine. I like to see the progression of an artist from once, from where they start to where they end. And I like that he at one point felt this way and wanted to write these lyrics, and it sounds good to me, and I will defend it. I like the instrumental. I love the riff part, of course. Who doesn't love that little, and I think that's fucking awesome. I love that. The only complaint I really have about this entire song is the drums are probably not mixed very well. The mixing is not fantastic. Outside of that, I think everything else is great. I'm giving this a 9 to a 9.5.
Okay, I want next.
All right.
We're gonna work because we need to slowly de-escalate. So I'll be the middleman here.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'll just go through the track. The verses. Okay, the instrumental. It's okay. It is okay. There's nothing great about it. Nothing bad about it. Vocals are fine, I guess. They're okay. The lyrics, on the other hand, are really, really bad. Really cringy. Pretty fucking rough. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. That hurt. That really hurts to hear. And then we get to the chorus. I'm a fan of the big instrumental boom at the start of it. I think I enjoy that part a lot. A nice little dynamic shift.
Sure.
Too bad that Tom York doesn't sound too great on the chorus. Pretty rough.
I disagree.
And then again, we reached cringe maximum. I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. I don't belong here. Yikes.
Okay, but he's not sitting there trying to make himself feel sorry. She's not trying to, like, a lot of times when you get songs like that, they're trying to make themselves feel sorry, make others feel sorry for them. And I don't feel that way at all. I think he's just stating what he felt at the time.
I don't care what he thinks. This could be a parody, and I'd still be like, holy fuck, you did too much. This is too bad. And then we get to the little bridge type section. He sounds very good. The lyrics are okay. The instrumental is actually pretty good. It's probably my favorite part of the song. And then it just kind of fades out. Get a nice short little verse and the song ends. It's okay. It is perfectly mid. Good and bad sprinkled all around it. I'd give it a 6.
Okay, and yes, technically that was Noah de-escalating, because what Cole's about to do is rip it to shreds. Cole, proceed.
Song is awful.
Like I said.
This is terrible. These are generationally bad lyrics. These are some of the worst lyrics of the 90s, honestly. This is like, calling this I'm 14 and this is deep is insulting to 14-year-olds. These are horrible, horrible lyrics. It's the most, It's terrible. Every line is stupid as fuck. I totally get why he is humiliated by this song at this point, because he fucking should be. These are embarrassing lyrics. The riff is kind of cool.
Riff is very cool. It's a cool
explosion. Okay, got it. The quote-unquote explosion towards the end is cool, I guess, because loud guitar, I guess. His vocal performance is terrible outside of when he does the falsetto, and even then it's still just like, it's okay. But outside of that, especially on the chorus, he actually tries to be a grunge singer on the chorus. Horrible. Just awful. Yeah, I'm gonna give this like a 3.
Whoops, I have the backwards score.
Really don't like much of anything about this. This is a painful song to listen to. I'm getting
question.
secondhand embarrassment from this song.
I have a question.
What is your question?
Do you think people give Radiohead more leeway for this song and album because of what they would make?
Probably.
I mean,
feel like people do that.
that's not fair, really, because you could say the same thing about Floyd and Zeppelin. I think Zeppelin and Floyd had a worse debut, and I think Zeppelin had a better debut. But you could say the same thing about those two bands. Floyd's
Oh,
first
this is
five
not worse than
album-
Piper. Holy shit.
Floyd's first 5 albums are really rough and hard to get through, in a lot of
Zeppelin,
people's opinions.
Zeppelin and Pink Floyd's first few albums are held in much higher regard than Pablo, honey.
I mean, by who exactly, though? Are we talking about
Almost
the band themselves or the fans of the band?
Both.
Both.
Zeppelin fans and I mean if you were gonna like rank if somebody was gonna rank those 3 debut albums, Pablo Honey would fall dead last almost every time. It's not held in anywhere near the same
I
regard
definitely
as
agree with you about
Piper or
Zeppelin.
Zeppelin
I will
1.
give you that, but I don't think about Piper.
Piper at the Gates of Dawn is held in way higher regard than Pablo Honey is.
I
Yep.
disagree. I think you're wrong.
I'm not at all wrong.
I guarantee you.
I'm not even saying it because I like Piper more.
I don't care. If we put up a community post, I bet you Pablo Honey would come at least second.
God.
I
Piper
bet
fucking
you're
crushed it.
wrong.
I bet it would.
you're wrong.
We have to move on,
Okay,
though. We
you
have
would
to
definitely
move on.
know better than I would for some
I
fucking
just
reason.
said I bet. I didn't say I know. I said I bet.
Okay.
All right. On
You want to put money on it?
Yes. How do you?
Okay. $25 that you're wrong.
I don't know if I want to put that much money on it.
I'll put 100. Oh my lord.
3 is an 8. Rubino with an 8 out of 10. Who does 6 out of 10. I see 7 out of 10. Yes, I see. 18 away, bro.
Is this song about?
Hello, honey is better.
I swear I've heard of something called Tupelo Honey.
Just for the record, Piper at the Gates of Dawn has a 3.8 on it. It's like Pablo Honey has a 2.7. Both have
I've heard of
40,000
that.
ratings.
And maybe I'm alone in my opinion, but I disagree with most people's opinion on it.
You can have whatever opinion you want about the quality of those albums. I'm telling you how they're held in people's minds, generally.
What the fuck is happening?
I thought you two would love the ending of this complete chaos, which is like
That was really bad.
you guys
Not
love
done
it when people
very
just
well.
go complete chaotic on instrumentals randomly. All right, that was
I like
how do
that.
you?
I can go first. This will be quick.
Go for it.
That was really bad. That was just like the most generic fucking college rock song I've heard. I mean, that was just ugh. His vocals were terrible. The instrumental sucked. It's probably maybe the worst instrumental so far. That was like borderline pop punk, and I fucking hate pop punk. Yeah, and his vocals at the end got really, really bad too. I'm gonna give that a 3.
So I will, for the first time, actually come way close to your ratings. Yes, this is probably the worst song so far. I don't enjoy the like you probably this is some frat boy rock right here. I think it's some like it sounds like you're some college band playing in some frat for the first time and you guys are just throwing together whatever slop you wrote the night before, yeah, this is bad. Should not have been on this album. This is a 4. Very bad. Noah.
Yeah, I was gonna call it pop punk. Not a fan. Tom York's being a little chameleon on this album so far, just changing his voice completely to whatever song it is. And
I can kind
not
of
doing
respect
the
that,
best.
sort of.
I don't. I do the opposite of it.
Okay.
I don't enjoy it. I don't know. It comes off inauthentic.
Well, sometimes changing your voice to the song does make sense.
Especially when they're just ripping at what's popular.
It's just unfortunate that they they did this version of it because this is crap. All right, what's your rating?
4.
4. All right, fair enough. Yeah, I mean it's just a bad college rock song. It sounds like it was written in about 5 minutes.
Thank God the Strokes exist to fix this.
There's a lot. They are a lot better at that. This album reminds me of the 90s, the most out of any Radiohead album. I don't not hear.
I guess because
this
maybe
album.
grunge was the biggest rock genre of the 90s.
If you're specifically talking about a Radiohead album, maybe, but I feel like they have such, well, maybe, I don't know. I would never want this to be my 90s album ever.
They said Radiohead album.
That was a fucking
yeah, that's
Disney
fair.
Channel song right there.
0 out of 10, wasted a couple of minutes of life with that crap. Yeah, unfortunately it is on this album. 6 out of 10 from Jonathan. Okay, Jonathan. Not a hater of the college rock. All right, up next, Stop Whispering.
A 5-minute song. Fellas, you can't pull that off yet.
Oh, give them some time. They'll get there.
They very rarely ever try to do that anyway. What the hell is going on with those drums? Why do they sound like that?
They sound like a typical, they actually sound futuristic for this era. They sound like a 2000s era drum.
It sounds like that drum kit sounds like it's worth $2.
I agree, but it sounds like pop songs in the 2000s did.
I hate this vocal melody.
I didn't say it's good. I said it's futuristic.
Lord, he sounds awful.
This is why Radiohead started making songs only in minor keys. Whenever they make these major keys, goofy songs, Tom York sounds weird.
Those drums are so distracting. They sound like shit. Drumsticks sound plastic.
The production's so bright. I don't know, there's something about it I'm not a fan of.
I'm not gonna kill him for production on the debut album.
I am.
Illmatic exists.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot of production elements in rap. It's basically 2 instruments.
Sample. Lip sync. Marquee Moon exists.
I don't know what that
Oh,
Great debut album. Incredible production.
that's insane.
is. I got a couple complaints.
Go on for a while, but no complaints.
U2-ish Bono ripoff.
Vocally, I can hear that.
You want to do 90s albums? Do Alice in Chains or Soundgarden? There are far better 90s albums than anything by Alice in Chains.
They're good.
They're a good band.
I've never heard an Alice in Chains album where I was like, wow, that's amazing.
Have you ever heard an Alice in Chains album?
I've heard one fully through.
I feel like any
was it
band
called?
from the 90s that's not Nirvana gets brought up, you're just like, oh, it's not good. There's better. There's better.
That's not true. There's 3 bands from the 90s that I know for a fact I love.
Go ahead.
White Stripes, Nirvana, and Radiohead.
Okay, well, does White Stripes
White
really
Stripes
count?
debut came out in 1999.
It counts.
It's a 90s band, apparently.
The stuff you like from them from the 2000s.
I agree, Jonathan. You can hear the talent. It's just not being used properly yet.
I mean, they all know what they're doing. They're just like singing up like that.
That's like that's you saying my favorite 60s band is Genesis.
Is this supposed to be a guitar solo?
I think it's multiple guitars
Nothing
soloing at
is
the
a-
same time.
Some boring ass solo.
This is why I was worried about the length of the song. I knew it was just gonna start meandering. Ooh.
They started
There are
playing
elements
right
there.
like it was the end of a concert or something. It's like
Yeah.
the 4th song.
But there are elements
doing?
there that I'd like to start. Because I was gonna say there are elements to this song, and especially at the end there, I know for a fact that they started taking elements of what they would become from the ends of from parts of this song, and especially at the end there, because that sounded like it was starting to get to what they would experiment with later on down the road. But all right, I mean, Stop Whispering. Yeah, there's still a lot of issues with this song, mainly the fact that it still sounds like college rock, and Tom York is not singing up to his potential. Not really at his potential, but really the style of sound he would eventually do. The production problems we mentioned, I'm not going to blast them too much. A debut album, yeah, I'll take away points, but I'm not going to sit there and just hurl fireballs at them for it. Biggest problem I had was the guitar overlaying. It all sounded like it was like 2 or 3 guitars, and it all sounded like one just going all at the same time. And you're like, I can't tell the difference between any of your guitar sounds, dude. So you're all mixing together, and that's a mixing issue. But there are elements here, tiny fragments that they would eventually use in the rest of their discography, especially in their peaks, that they would come, and the vocal shouting where he gets there at the end and he starts stretching the vocal cords, that will become a mainstay later on. It's just not there yet. I'll give this a 5.5 to a 6. It's not terrible. Cole.
I don't really know if he ever tries to stretch his vocal cords that much. He just kind of holds a falsetto for a while in the future.
What's up, Cosmic?
Yeah, not a fan. Pretty bland songwriting and a really weak solo / jam at the end of the song, and a really bad Tom York vocal performance.
Unfortunately,
The lyrics were just like whatever. I didn't even pay that much attention to them. I guess they were the best ones so far because they were just boring. Yeah, still don't like the style that they're in. This like 18-year-old, 17 to like 20-year-old thing that they're trying to do is not working for me at all. Yeah, I guess I'll give this one like a 5. It's mostly just boring.
All right, Noah.
Yeah, this ain't working. Not a fan of the vocal melodies that they chose. Really not a fan of the production. It all just sounds so bright and poppy. Just gross. Like
Yeah.
especially like early 90s pop. Not a fan. And then like the last 2 minutes of the song is just so forgettable. Just nothing really happens. It doesn't sound very good. The way it's mixed is I really don't like it. 4.
Oh, okay. Damn. I thought that'd be at least a little higher up compared to the previous one for you. Wow. Also, chat just put up a new poll. Is Radiohead the best, just the best band of the 90s? Vote
No.
in the poll.
No, they're not.
Who is?
So-
Not even fucking close.
Save your opinions for after, but so far, you are in agreement with chat, but we'll see what the rest of the chat says.
I'm struggling to think of 90s bands right now. I don't know why.
All right, up next, we have Thinking
Nirvana
About You.
was better. Nirvana was way better.
6 out of 10 from Jonathan. Would have been an
don't
okay
know.
3-minute song, maybe, but I would want the
Boring.
end there to be there because that was the most interesting part of it.
Was Kid A 2000?
Yes.
I guess Nirvana.
Been thinking about you. You
Uh.
red coats are here. Your eyes on my wall.
Hang in there, Cole.
But I'm still no one. And you're not star. What do you care? Been thinking about you. And there's no rest. Should I still love you? Still see you in bed. But I'm playing with myself. What do you care when the other
Wow.
men are far, far better?
I don't know if I ever read that
All
line
the things
before.
you got,
I think
all
Blur in
the
the
things
90s
you
over Radiohead, to be honest
need.
with
Bought
you.
you cigarettes, and bribe the company to come and see you, honey. I've been thinking about you, so how can you sleep? These people aren't your friends, they're paid to kiss your feet. They don't know what I know, and why should you care when I'm not there? Been thinking about you, and there's no rest. Should I still love you? Still see you in bed, but I'm playing with myself. Why do you care when I'm not there? All the things you got, you'll never need. All the
Ugh.
things you got, I plan and I bleed to please you. Been thinking about you.
All right, I want first.
Okay. All right. I was thinking about you. Noah. Spout out.
Ooh, the tones were a fucking mess on this one. Nothing sounded like it went together. Fucking hated the lead guitar tone. It was so thin. With a bunch of vibrato, sounded like ass. The guitar, I can't really do much about the tone of it, but they could have mic'd it better, I feel. Lyrics are, yeah, they're pretty cringe. Vocals, for the majority of the song, are fine. But then he really starts straining himself near the end. And that's when I really started to dislike it.
You just liked it when
It
he
was-
strained himself at the end. Interesting.
That's when I really started to point it out and hate it. The keyboards or organs, where the fuck that is.
Mm-hmm.
Tone-wise, did not really go well with what they're doing, I think. Yeah, this is a... Ooh, yikes. You won't believe it. We're going on the third 4 in a row.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I would like to say this is probably my least favorite vocal performance so far on the album by Tom York. I think I would actually agree with you the most. This is sort of all over the place with his vocals, and it did not match the instrumental very well at all. I thought the acoustic choice here was a very unique one because he was almost trying to sing a pop song with an acoustic tone to it, and then he added a bit of a little edginess to it, which really didn't mix at all. I'm not a fan of the style of choice here. I'm actually going to agree with you. I'll say 4 as well. Cool.
Really rough. Just awful. The guitar sounded bad, like Noah said, like the tone of it. And I didn't like the riff. Like the acoustic riff that they were playing. Didn't like it. It seemed too, like it was too fast. I don't know. It just, I didn't like the rhythm of it. Lyrics were awful. His vocal performance was even worse. I'm feeling another 3. That was terrible. I really hated that.
Jonathan gives it a 5 out of 10. You won't be here too long. Sorry, Jonathan. I know we started a little late today. You can blame Cole for that. Not only is this not my type of music, but I can't find any redeemable qualities in most of these songs. Well, it is their first album, and they do change a lot after this. So I'm not gonna say, if you have if you've never heard Radiohead before somehow, you should probably not take this as their main sound. Cosmic, you've never heard this album before? Well, but you love OK Computer. Okay, well then you've heard at least something good by them. That's a plus. The guitar dynamics of the guitar playing dynamics of the 3 players. I see what you're talking about. Okay, all right. Up next, anyone can play guitar.
This is the only other song I hear people talk about besides Creep.
People talk about Blowout.
Do they? Maybe I'm not in the right circles. People aren't talking about
Radiohead. They do.
I need more circles where people talk about Pablo Honey. God, that's like the first time I've heard the bass. Holy shit.
They just turned the guitars down so much to be able to hear the bass.
This is the album with Creep on it.
Is that out of tune?
I don't know what that was trying to be.
That actually just sounds out of tune.
That sounds like, I don't even know, drilling equipment?
Alright, roll the credits.
I'm not gonna lie, I once again enjoy this.
This sounds like the ending to some shitty teenage comedy.
That's exactly why I said roll credits.
Just switch the dynamic to bad Soundgarden. Nobody's
The lead tone is so sharp. That's the best way I can describe it, and I fucking hate it.
I love the lead guitar tone right now.
Ooh.
These lyrics.
What are they doing with the guitar? Do they even know what they're trying to do with the guitar?
Is that why it's called Anyone Can Play Guitar?
I guess. You used to love Creep until Tom York didn't like it anymore? That is a crazy reason to not like it. That's wild. Should never let an artist's opinion of their music decide your opinion of it. Artists are their own worst critics.
You did miss Creep.
Artists usually do have pretty bad opinions about their own music. Except for this case.
Holy fuck,
No.
the song's still going. Nearly got been here for 10 minutes.
This sounds like gin blossoms. What's up, Lurgee? I don't know what that is.
We're unfortunately reacting to this just to start the Radiohead discography. We got to get through this one so we can get to the classics.
This is the beginning of the Radiohead discography, so we do have to start with this. But it's also good to see how artists or band progresses throughout their career. I'd like to start because I think I once again will be fighting a double-edged front here. I'm assuming the Radiohead diehards do not like this song either.
Don't know.
Or I'm sure Radiohead themselves don't like this song, considering everything
No idea.
I like off Pablo Honey, they seem to hate. I'll say this: I like this. It's corny. It's a pop rock song. It's meant to be a pop rock song. It's got a very catchy chorus, in my opinion, that I enjoy the tone of. I know you two were complaining about the guitars the whole time and how much you hate the tone. I like it. I like the sharpness. I like the edge to it. I like all that. I enjoy Tom York's vocals on this. I think the lyrics suck. But then again, I'm not going to let the lyrics on this song ruin the song for me because I enjoy the rest of it. I will give this a 7.5 to an 8. Cole.
Yeah, can't really think of anything that I thought was good. Hated the lyrics. Instrumental, didn't even know what it was trying to do, but everything that it did try to do, it did a bad job of it. Because it tried to do just like shitty college kid rock, and then it tried to do shitty version of Soundgarden, and then it went back to, and then it did like a weird solo, and then it went back to the college rock, and it was all over the place, and every part of it I just thought was a shitty version of something else. Yeah, didn't like his vocals either, which is gonna get a bit redundant for this album. Yeah, I'm giving it like a 4.
4.
Also felt too long. I don't know how long it was because I don't have it pulled up, but it felt way too long.
What's up,
Really
Hugo? Noah.
I feel like their mental process when making this song was, okay, let's make a song called Anyone Can Play Guitar, and let's play like shit. That will show them, big businessman. We're showing them. Yeah, no, the lead guitar playing in this song fucking sucked. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It was bad. The tone selection was awful. And then that goddamn chorus. Oh, that was like 90s. Yeah, end of a teen love movie type of thing. Just really corny. I don't really want to talk about it anymore. I'll give it a 3.
A 3. Okay. Well, we clearly disagree about some things with Rhea. That's fine. What's up? This sounds like Love Dance. Yeah, okay, I see. Peter Griffin said Coldplay was whiny bullcrap. I think fits Radiohead as well. Well, I don't know how much Radiohead you've heard, but I would agree with you probably for the most part in Pablo Honey, but I don't necessarily agree with the rest of their discography whatsoever. I like some songs on here. This is not one of them. Fair enough, Hugo. 6.5 from Jonathan. Look, okay, you got a whole story going on there. Cosmic, I'll have to read that another time. Also, chat, if you would like to apply to be a moderator for our channel and feature things as well, I just linked it in the description or in the chat. You can click there to apply, and we will check out your responses. All right, up next, Ripcord.
Bad start.
Get it?
Bad start.
It's like a ripcord.
No, because I don't really know what that means.
I think it just means like they can turn it on and off real quick like that.
Ripped a chord.
No, just like a ripcord. You just start it up real quick.
Oh, I see what you're saying, Cosmic.
What is he saying? He's so quiet.
There are elements to this instrumental I like a lot, but I don't like the way it sounds right now.
I already knew my opinion on this song going in.
Oh, it was just so painfully dramatic.
That chorus melody.
That melody is awful.
I've heard it so many times, and I'll never like it. Like the guitar stuff going on? I feel like they're going to do that better later. If we see some seedlings.
Bouncing guitar tones.
Oh, there goes the bass. It's out the window.
Great opinion, Judah.
I hear the bass for 2 notes of that little de-escalation, and it goes away. Creep is a 7, by the way. Actually, it's a 6.
Actually, it's a 3.
Holy shit.
Insanity. All right, that's Ripcord. Let's start with Cole.
I mean, this album is just quickly becoming every fucking generic rock sound of the 90s. It's just like alternating between they're just taking all of the big rock songs of the 90s and we're just like, yeah, we can copy and paste that, right? And it just comes off as really bland. They don't really add anything unique or interesting to it. They just add some bad vocals and stupid lyrics, really. I'll throw this one a 5.
All right, Noah.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with Cole when he essentially said that this album's starting to sound like a 90s pop rock compilation album. Yeah, I hear that a lot. They're just throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks. Trying all these different things. This one was okay. I mean, never do that fucking chorus again. Never do it again. But I mean, the guitar work was better than a lot of the songs on this album. I appreciate that at least. Still gotta work on the mixing. Holy shit. The bass just like fucking pops in and out at so many points. I don't feel like it'd be that difficult to allow you to at least hear every instrument, but I don't know. I'm not a producer.
He's not a producer, no. Chat.
Yeah, I just play shit. I'll do it a 5.
5. Yeah, one of the more bland songs on here. They certainly tried to make it sound like it was interesting, but it really didn't hit effect the same way like the previous song did, or some of the couple other songs on this album have. I got to back up them mainly up on the vocals here. I thought the vocals were very bland by Thom Yorke on this one, which was kind of interesting considering every song has had sort of a unique vocal sound or tone. The lyrics obviously have been, rough throughout the entire album. There's no doubt about that. But this one, especially lyrically, and it didn't really catch on. And the vocals were very, very bland from Yorke on this. Overall, not a whole lot to talk about. I'll give it a 4.5 on this. Not as bad as some of the other previous ones, but certainly one of the most bland songs on this album. All right, Hugo, I'm feeling a 4.5 to 5. Jonathan with a 5. Yeah, you're right. The bass just disappears. It did just disappear. I don't know what up with that. It came and went.
His voice got really quiet too on that one.
Yeah, I don't know why he decided to take it away or go high behind it. Not quite sure. All right, up next, Vegetable.
Sounds like it's gonna be a Pixies song. And then he starts singing.
I worked hard, tried hard. I ran around in domestic bliss. I fought hard, died hard. Every time you're running.
They really just feel the need to throw random, really loud guitars into songs that don't call for them at all. Because this sounds so out of place. They were basically writing a ballad, and then they were like, fucking grunge guitar. Okay.
Johnny Greenwood's really like manic schizo guitar playing style with this tone is just so fucking awful. It doesn't work. Like, that does not sound good.
It's so out of place. Wow. That was rough.
I can see it, I also can't.
Every electric guitar on this album sounded exactly the same.
Lyrics are wow.
Noah, the Beach Boys vegetables or Radiohead vegetable?
I wonder which one I'm gonna take. I think I'll take Brian Wilson, one of the most unhealthy individuals alive, ranting to me about how I should eat my vegetables over this, because that's more authentic than this.
This guitar is way too big. Way too big.
Doesn't make any sense.
I would like to go first here. All right, that was vegetable. Okay. So one common thing we've all had issues with on this album so far is their lack of creativity with their instrumentals, and how everything seems to follow a very generic formula of starting out very quiet, slow, and then once you get to the sort of riff, it just comes in blaring as one big guitar sound, and then you can't really tell the difference between the guitars. And there is not a more prevalent example than this song right here, where everything just sounds like one massive guitar, and it's huge in your ears for no real reason, and it almost sounds like he's trying to sing a metal song in some ways, because it sounds like he's more shouting at us than he is actually singing in the song. And the lyrics are just abominable. I mean, truly some of the worst, maybe the worst on this album. I hate them. I think they're fucking terrible. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Like, he's talking about, I'm not a vegetable, I won't control myself. Like, okay, bro, but you've said that like 17 different times already in this album. We don't need to be hearing it for another song. Like, we get it. You're in a big emo phase on this album. It's okay to have one or two of those songs, but to have the fifth or sixth of this album being on it, no, this is ridiculous. And then to compare yourself to not being a vegetable, it's stupid, it's pointless, I hate it. This so far has been my least favorite song. I'm gonna give this a 2. Cole.
I don't know if I've ever heard a song with a more out of place, like really loud guitar. Every time it came into the mix, I was so confused, because it just, the song doesn't call for it at all. The tone, like the tone of song they were going for, the mood of it, it just didn't make any sense. and it was so much louder than everything else. It was so distracting. They really doubled down on their bad decision. Yeah, I mean, I haven't liked the lyrics of any song on this album, not even fucking close. Yeah, I'll throw this one a 4.
4. Wow. Okay. Noah.
Yeah, I should have gone first because I've forgotten so much of what happened during that song.
Well,
So
it's a very
incredibly,
easily hateable song. Ooh.
you can't hate something you can't remember. That was so incredibly unmemorable.
So sorry
I
about
just
that.
remember
Chad.
him screaming, "I'm not a vegetable" 20 fucking times in the most agitating voice possible, with this the worst production possible. They just don't know when to do things. It's just, I don't know, it's such a mess. And I'm not going to give them the debut album excuse because of how many amazing debut albums there are.
Do you know how
This
rare
is
it is
rough.
to have an amazing debut album? That's why when there are those, we prop them up so much because it's insanely rare to have a good debut album, let alone a great debut album.
Don't care.
Write better songs.
What is your rating?
4.
A 4. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's see. Please get me to the bins as soon as possible. Yeah. I mean, I
We're
don't
gonna
know.
have some problems with the band.
I don't know, but we will have some disagreements, that's for sure. That's the Pixies' influence. Radiohead on this album are a product of their influences, namely the Pixies and REM at that time. Yeah, even if they are, those guys did it better. Just simply put, they did it better than they're doing this right now. So, yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't like anything about this song. The lyrics are fake, edgy, guitar tone blows, unbelievably boring composition, 2.5 to a 3. Mixing is also booty cheeks. Yeah, I mean, the excuse of debut album will only extend to they haven't explored enough yet experimentally wise. I do not give it to the production, although I will say that money can be a massive factor into your production. That's all I'll say. It can. It absolutely can. All right, up next, Prove Yourself. How many we got left here? Few.
Including this, we have 4 more.
Got it. Just one of my favorite debuts, also just one of my favorite albums ever.
Is this it he's
Is
talking
this it by
about?
the Strokes?
Oh.
Great album.
It is a great album.
Very good album.
Probably my second favorite Strokes album. That's the hook.
It is.
Okay.
Bit boring.
Holy filler song.
This is awful.
He's better off dead, guys. He doesn't belong here. I hate these lyrics.
This I don't understand. This isn't even experimental. This just sounds terrible.
Bates is spotting.
Little buff though.
Didn't they fade it out? Oh boy.
All right, that was Prove Yourself. Noah, you seem to want to say a lot about this song. Oh, Cole raised his
Yeah.
finger first, though. I saw
Aw,
that.
you
All right,
fucker.
Cole.
Is that the most generic song on this album?
That has to be. I was going to say the exact same thing. Exact same thing.
Because, I mean, that was just like That was basically just a shitty pop song with a guitar on it. That's really all that was. Oy, I hated that. Those lyrics are terrible. But honestly, I think the worst thing about the song was his vocals. I hated him. I thought his vocals were terrible. Just atrocious. Yeah, super generic, super bland instrumentally. Really, really bad chorus. Terrible vocals. Feeling a 3.
Wow. All right, Noah.
Ooh. Lyrics really hurt on this one. I'm better off dead. Oof. It's so fucking fake. It just comes off incredibly inauthentic and just pure cringe. It's just, why? Why?
Why?
Genuinely, why?
Why?
And then
I
it's
don't
just
know.
incredibly unmemorable. That was maybe the worst hook on the album. If we can even call it a hook. Nothing happened. This whole song, nothing happened. What happened?
Prove yourself.
Yeah,
That's your
Yeah,
chorus
you-
for your fucking song.
you proved a whole
yourself.
fucking
That's
lot.
embarrassing.
Proved a whole lot by doing
I'm
fucking
better
nothing.
off deaf.
Yeah, I am 4 again.
So I don't hate it as much as you two do. I guess I just find the chorus catchy. That's probably all it is. It's very extremely basic, very simple, and not anything interesting outside of catchy at all. Lyrically, it's an abomination. Again, we have gone the opposite way lyrically on this album from where I thought we might. I've heard this album before, but we have gone the opposite way lyrically. I mean, it felt like at the start of the album, you have something there. It's not great, but you have something. And then they just go into vegetable, Ripcord, prove yourself, and it's just throwaway lyric after meaningless, pointless, blah 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 blah. It doesn't mean anything. It's all pointless. In comparison to what they will do in a few albums, it is disgustingly bad. So yeah, I'm gonna join you. I'll split the gap. I'm gonna go 3.5 because I don't think there's really a whole lot to talk about outside of that. The catchiness to me, at least on the chorus. 5 from Jonathan, 4.5 from Hugo. Radiohead has so many tracks that are 10s, it's actually insane. They will. They definitely will, but not right now.
I got a few.
I don't know if there's an experimental song on this album. Probably not. There's certainly, they definitely made effort to try. They just didn't do it very well.
There's maybe like 2 experimental songs in their discography. I mean, they're not an experimental band.
I mean, this album is like that whole meme of like asking to copy your friend's homework, and he says, "Okay, just change it up a little bit." And that's the whole album.
And your
Just
friend is the Pixies and Soundgarden.
R.E.M.
And
Just all these
Yeah.
other mainstream '90s rock bands.
It was just meant to be a vibes rock teenager rock album. Well, okay.
I'm not feeling the vibes.
But they didn't stick with this as a formula
well,
in the future.
came along and did it a hell of a lot better. So
Yeah. So it's hard to like sit there and say they didn't just do this to try and gain recognition, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. The way they moved on so quickly from this.
Yeah,
Like, they just gave it
they
away.
got a
It's
fan
very
base
telling.
and then left immediately. Very quick, very interesting. Yeah, it's a commercial album, but I think the commercial album was just to gain a fan base. I mean, maybe I'm being negative about it or not. Maybe I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they
It's
just
just-
got unlucky.
Here's why it's inauthentic. They're making a commercial album like this, but saying all this shit about, like sticking it to the man type shit. When you're the ultimate
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah,
Fucking-
it's a commercial album with pop lyrics, which is it's it's an
No,
edgy
they're
album.
they're
with pop
trying to
lyrics.
have like compelling and deep lyrics about how sad and twisted and like edgy they
Yeah.
are, but with the most bland fucking instrumental.
It's just interesting, and I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little bit of a jaded with my beliefs, but it does seem like once you hear the rest of their discography versus this first album, it does seem like they put this out here to gain a bit of a base and then did what they wanted after that. But maybe I'm being jaded, and maybe this was just the way their career went. I could be wrong. All right, up next, I Can't. I'll say it, The Benz is a classic, even if it has some flaws. Amazing 90s album. A classic!
We'll get to it.
We're not gonna get along very well, I swear.
Oh, boy.
You're not gonna like me.
Cosmic, and if you want me to redo the phone thingy, let me know, in case I get it wrong, as I said it. You're fine, Cosmic. They did grow into their art.
If you told me somebody hit the shuffle button on this album and we had already heard the song before, I'd believe you.
I can't even argue with that because it does sound like that. It sounds like so much of the rest of them. They have 3 classics. I think we disagree on the classics, but I do agree.
Depends what we define as a classic, because I could go 4. No, I'm not referring to the Benz, Cole. No, I'm not.
I don't know if the term classic implies
I'd like to
a
hear
rating.
what you call their classics.
That's Radiohead classic.
This
It's pretty
melody
simple.
is awful.
It's Moon-Shaped Pool in Rainbows today. Okay, computer. That's
Do
the
you have
classic.
to have like a certain? I mean, I guess classic is really just more of a. It's like calling something iconic.
Okay,
It doesn't
I'll
really
say,
imply a rating.
I'll say those are the absolute must-listens of their discography.
I still wouldn't say that's the same thing as a classic.
Yeah, because
They have to have a
I can't describe
reputation.
it. I feel like all their albums have a reputation, good or bad.
Okay, they have to have a good reputation.
Okay, then the Benz is a
So
classic.
they have to have a great reputation.
Okay, then the Benz is a classic.
I could call the Benz a classic. I mean, I don't like it, but it has the reputation of a classic.
Yeah,
I don't think a Moon-Shaped Pool does.
Really?
Not yet.
So it also has to have a certain time passed.
Yes. So it has to have like a certain status.
Okay.
That's built with time.
Yeah, I like this. It's very...
I hate this.
It's a nice little back
This
and
is
forth melody.
so boring. The melody is unbelievably
Alright.
generic.
In Rainbow's Truthers, vote on the poll. Okay, computer deniers, vote on the poll.
And then the people who are right, who don't pick either of those, go for it.
Well, actually, that's because that's second place. That is the second option.
It's number one.
They do have one of the best discographies of all time.
Yep.
That is a fact.
There.
And they only have one bad album. Big ups.
Are you calling
Good
Pablo
go.
Honey a bad album?
Yeah, I'm calling it a bad album. They have another one that's called Boring, but not bad.
Oh boy.
Oh, I see.
We're
You
gonna
and Cole are gonna be just...
Listen to
Why
it
would
go.
you layer guitars and mix them this badly? Like, one of them isn't playing the same thing as the other one, and I can't barely tell. That doesn't make any sense though, you know?
Hugo, I don't agree with your equation to where you got to where you are, but I appreciate your decision.
Is that a...
Wow, that sounded bad at
Was
the
that
end.
was that one of those... Was that a bagpipe at the end?
No, I think that was just a shitty guitar tone.
Wow. Okay. I'd like to start. And yeah, well, I'll say this. So this is going to be an interesting take. Out of all of the songs so far on oh my God, not OK Computer. Sorry.
OK Computer.
On all the songs on Pablo Honey, I agreed with Noah at the very start of the song. Like, oh, if you had told me this is something we've heard already before, I believe you. But I would also say this has probably been the most agreeable song that I've had so far. Of all the boring, generic ones, this has been the easiest one to ingest, I guess, is the right way to say it. I enjoy the melody more, because I didn't hear terrible lyrics that much. It wasn't just Tom York trying to be edgy and cool and all that. It didn't. Nothing offended me about this song. It was a generic song, but it wasn't an offending generic song. It didn't make me want to puke or blow my brains out or anything like that. The guitars at the end were a bit high strung and a little. They were a lot, but overall, nothing offensive about this song. Solid 5.5 to 6. Noah.
I'm a little offended
Okay.
that they decided to like turn this into a 4-minute song.
It's a little long.
None of the ideas they have are good enough to justify being above 4 minutes. Because it just gets boring. They're just not captivating songwriters right now.
Not yet.
Yeah, and it's just hard to give a fuck. It really is. The main times I've really given a fuck and locked in was when something really bad was happening.
So
Wow.
You're saying the only way for you to care is if something terrible was actually playing through your ears.
Yeah, because nothing good enough or memorable is happening to also elicit that type of reaction. It's just such a fucking nothing burger of an album. 5.
5. Okay. Cole.
Not a fan. And I honestly, I think my least favorite part of that song was the vocal melody. I really hated it. I thought it was terrible.
I thought it was completely inoffensive.
It was so fucking high school. Yeah, other than that, just super boring. Total, just one of the most forgettable songs on this album. I'll throw it a 4.5.
I agree. I mean, of all the songs that are unremarkable, I should say, would be the right term. This is the least one that I was like, well, it's not bad. It's just not very interesting to listen to. Track by track in Rainbows is better. But yeah, Radiohead has at least 5 classics, not even debatable. Eat My Nuts. Wow, I see you're very
Goodness.
5 classics is a lot. Gonna second one Ryan said, just gonna give it a 5.5 to a 5. And Jonathan with this 7. Oh man, I should be doing ratings on all this. I won't be giving it all 11s. I would hope, Cosmic, given that it is not your favorite band of all time, you would not be giving it all 11s, because that would be irrational. 4. Okay, strong difference. Maybe we can bring some of that rationality to Zeppelin someday. Maybe, just maybe. All right, up next, Lurgee? I don't know.
Is this Creep Light?
No.
As soon as it started, I was like, this sounds like Creep.
Yep.
It just is one of the best albums of all time. OK Computer is the 3rd favorite album of all time.
I'll give them a top 10 albums of all time.
I fully believe there's a...
It'd be in
I
the,
think a Radiohead album is top 10 of all time, yes.
it'd be in the lower section, but I'd give it to him.
Can't do it. Maybe my top 10 favorites, but not top 10 best.
I'd throw in Rainbow somewhere around like the 9 or 10 spot.
You know what the worst part is that since we're starting...
What is that country-ass guitar?
Wow, I've never really listened to that guitar that much. You're right.
Oh, is it?
I was gonna say the worst thing about starting with Pablo Honey in their discography is because it's the only one we can rank so far. It has to be number 1.
In 1993, Pablo Honey was the best Radiohead album.
I feel like if this album was made a year later, we'd have like a Weezer-esque song on the album as well. Gotta fit in everything that's relevant. God. That's what pisses me off the most about this album.
What's that?
Is how much they're trying to be other people.
They haven't
So
developed their
fucking
genre yet.
yucky.
They just haven't.
I know, and it's so yucky.
Well, in a lot of ways, because that's what got them popular, is that they sounded like other people.
I know, and it's so
and they
bad.
took a route of let's sound like other people to get known, and then develop our own sound off of that, so the people who do follow us start enjoying us more.
I know, and that's just a
I really
big
doubt that
path.
was their. I really doubt that was their game plan.
Okay, I don't know about Kid A being the best album in the 2000s. I don't know about that.
We're my Kid A lovers. Trust me, they exist right there.
It's not the best album he's got, but it's up there.
Is this better than the Verve debut?
I wonder.
A little better.
What, it? Pablo Honey? No, I'd rather listen to Verve debut.
No,
no,
Easily.
no.
I hated that.
Definitely.
I hated the Verve debut.
Way rather listen
Oh,
to
I hated
Verve
it.
The Verve
I
debut
hated
is
it.
so fucking boring.
Yeah, so is this.
No, I hated the Verve debut. That was one of the least, probably the worst album we've ever reviewed, in my opinion.
Not even close.
All right,
I mean, I guess it'd be top 10 because we haven't reviewed that many bad albums, but
that was Lurgee. Let's start with Cole.
boy, that was fucking boring. Good lord. I didn't really like anything about that. More bad lyrics, more bland vocal performances, and a really, really boring instrumental. Just like that was one of the most boring songs on this album, of an album of really boring songs. I'm gonna give that one another 4.
4. I'll say this: it has the benefit. This song definitely has the benefit of Tom York not singing very much on it. So we don't have terrible lyrics, and we don't have not his best vocal tone yet, and he has not found his vocal tone yet. So that it does have the benefit of being more of an instrumental than any of the other songs, and it's a rather shorter song. So we got two things going its way. I like the way the guitar sounds. I haven't hated the guitar tones nearly as much as you two have. I will give this a 6 to a 6.5. No.
Copy paste what Cole said.
Okay.
Because if Radioheads are allowed to copy paste, I'm gonna do it too.
Copy
I'll
paste
put
and a
in as
rating.
much effort as they do, because they're just copy pasting their music from other people. That's a 4.
4. All right. I believe it's the last song on Pablo Honey, correct? Is it?
Yep.
We have
It's the
reached
longest,
the end
too.
of Pablo Honey. We are on Blowout. We are so close to the bends. We're not going to get to it tonight, but we are so close. Next
What does
album,
this sound
next
like?
stream.
What
Well,
did that sound like?
depends if you want to do Piper.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We have Pink Floyd next. I forgot. So we'll talk about that after this.
Oh my gosh, that sounded like. I'm gonna remember the name of
In
This
my
guy took me so long to find.
and into my head. All the time.
So not a lot of votes, but OK Computer, significant winning right now.
That is what I expected.
I said this right here is so getting so close to what they will start to sound like.
Icy Room,
The closest
Good
song on
take.
this album.
That's because it's laid back.
great take.
Yeah, it's way more laid back than the rest of this album is, and it's the closest we get on this album to what they become. Pink Floyd, the greatest band of all time.
They are.
Right, Hugo? On point exactly. Don't worry, Cosmic. Nobody will ever be able to take that away from you. Probably the biggest Zeppelin fan that exists.
cracked up. That would have been very good.
Shout out to all the Fleet Foxes fans out there.
If it all just fell in line for one moment.
Under 3 months, no one.
Oh yeah! We're almost there. So the date all fell in line. As if it were designed.
You know what's hilarious?
I can hear you loud. So.
YouTube didn't even give us a single warning about this album.
Anyone else hear the horrific guitar playing on our channel?
Yeah. Oh.
Boy, I don't remember this at all.
Sounds like I'm warping.
I don't know what they did to the guitar to make it sound good.
It's cool.
I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is probably the best moment of the album. I'm not kidding.
Why don't I remember this song? I mean, I've only listened to this album probably once.
The way that the percussion is panning, I fucking hate it.
Oh, I like that. That's a cool effect they did.
It's not even sliding back and forth, it's magically popping
It
in.
might be going a little too far with this guitar, but it's going to be a little too high pitched.
Pablo's having fun.
Oh, God, it's
Johnny Greenwood.
I was saying, this is very
No.
post-rock-esque.
That hurts to hear.
I'm sorry, but it's bad.
You just hear this long extended instrumental thing explosion, like
Yeah, that's what
Godspeed.
post-rock. I
Found
didn't say
them, guys.
God, I said post-rock.
yes, but I
Godspeed would
know
have
that
a
you're
lot
alluding to
more-
Godspeed.
Godspeed would have a lot more instruments in there. All right, that was Blowout. I think Hugo might have said it best when he said randomly a good song thrown into Pablo Honey. Yeah, that was kind of weird. At the very end of Pablo Honey, I don't know why I don't remember this song more, but at the very end, the last song we have on Pablo Honey, we probably get their most experimental / interesting song they decide to do, where we have the most unique instrumental on the album, sort of just thrown onto here in a very unique way. I gotta give props. I did not remember this at all, and I don't really know why, but I am a fan of the way they went about this. I said at the very start of the song, it starts to sound like what they will eventually dive fully headfirst into style of singing and style of playing, but it's very, very obviously new and fresh here, and very small bits of it, maybe 20% of what they will eventually become is in this song, and I love that they at least tried it. They threw it on there. Now, it doesn't make up for a lot of the mistakes they make on this album, but I'm going to give them full credit for it. And I like the way the guitar sounds at the end, especially mixing with the percussion, because I like the percussion. I like how it pans from side to side. I'm going to give this an 8. Cole?
Well, I guess if I was going to say there's a best song on Pablo Honey, it would be that one. I still don't think it's a good song, because the lyrics are not good at all. And there was only like one particularly memorable moment on the song, but it did have the best moment on the album pretty handily. I don't know. The rest of it was just kind of there. It was just like whatever. It's fine, I guess. I think I'll give that a 5 to a 5.5.
Wow. I think you're hella underrating that song. All right, Noah.
I'm not.
Yeah, but I guess that would, by circumstance, be the best song on the album. It's got some issues, though.
Oh, of course.
One, they ride out that last part way too fucking long.
They write it without changing it.
Two, the percussion and in the way they pan it.
I disagree about that part.
It does not transition between channels. It teleports between channels. it'll just magically swap between each other. And it's so fucking messy. It's so messy, and it's not. It's not good. It's just not good. I don't know how else to make it really see it as good. But yeah, I guess that was probably the most pleasant overall song on the album. I'll give it a 7.
Ooh, there we go. A little bit back to reality from Cole's disgusting ranking. Let's see. A big 9 from Cosmic on that one. The instrumental was amazing, by the way. Definitely the most pleasant song on the album. They also
We're
tried to-
acting like y'all are gonna listen to that again. Just stop it.
I
know
added
you're
it to my
not.
playlist, so I will.
Y'all are never gonna listen to that.
Definitely
fucking
most
song
pleasant
the
song on
rest
the
of your
album. They
lives.
also tried doing some with structure for once, which I appreciate. 7.5 to 8. Song 7.5. Icy Roo. In the top 3. Did I miss the entire album again? Unfortunately, AT Field, we did just finish, but you're here for our final rankings.
You ain't missed much.
Don't worry about it though. Yeah, like Noah said, it wasn't a great, it wasn't a amazing experience. All right, it's final rankings time. So first, Radiohead album in their discography. Final rankings of Pablo, honey. If you've never been here before, for all our new Radiohead fans, or for anyone that we have never been here before, we rank our top 3 on the album. We put the album a 1 to 10 scale, and then we give our final thoughts. And as we continue through the Radiohead discography, we will rank the albums that we have listened to in order, but this is the first one, so we don't have to. I'm going to start for once. I am going to start. My top 3 is going to be fairly easy because I didn't really give a whole lot of high ratings, so it won't be too hard to find. Number 3 is going to be Anyone Can Play Guitar. Number 2 is going to be the last song, Blowout. And then my number 1, which is just a personal favorite, is Creep on it. And for the album as a whole, it's not going to receive very high marks. This is not Radiohead. This is not what they become. This is far from what they become. They will be far, far better in their next few albums, and they have reached incredible peaks for a band of all time. They become an all-time great band. But if this is the style that they continue with the rest of their discography, they would not. They would have been another generic pop rock band that never really took off or became a one-trick pony with one big song, and that was it. So, they had some ideas here. They never really materialized much. They did a lot of decent things, but never anything outside of that. I think there was a lot of cool material that would eventually be...
Super chat.
Oh! Who? AT Field! Thank you so much. You'd like to make a request to listen to Fishman's 98-12-28 live album, the highest rated live album on Rate Your Music. Well, AT Field, we did just reopen our paid album request. I will have to talk to you offline about it, but thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate it. And yeah,
That's a big
please,
boy.
yeah. Also, please DM me on Twitter or email me in the business email below. You can find it, and we can talk more about your request. Thank you so much, AT Field. Really appreciate it. But what I was going to say is just that there's so much we all here know, and most people who are listening to Radiohead before know how much better they become. So giving this even a decently high rating is a disservice to them because they become, and they admit this is not their favorite album. They don't even like this album that much anymore. Maybe not the whole album, but majority of it they don't really like that much. So I'll be fair and I will give this a proper rating of a 5.5. I think there's a whole lot better that they will show later on down the road, and this is very commercialized, not only lyrically but sound wise too. All right, Noah.
Oof. There are so many songs that could be third place. I guess I'll just go with You, and then Creep, and then Blowout. Ooh. Yeah, this album is pretty much exactly how I remember it. Not very pleasant. Not a lot of original thinking going on here. Just very happy they did not continue in this direction. That would have been a fucking tragedy. Oh yeah. I'll give that a 4.5 to a 5.
Sorry, 4.5 to a 5. Okay. And right, we don't do the discography ranking right now. Obviously, first album.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Pablo, honey.
All right, Cole, your top 3 in your final ranking.
You're gonna have to tell me the other 2 songs that I gave a 5 because I don't remember them.
All right, Cole, you gave a 4.5 to 5 to You. Stop Whispering, you gave a 5. Ripcord, you gave a 5. And
Stop
Blowout.
Whispering 3,
5.5 to
Ripcord
5.
2, Blowout 1.
There we go.
I just, I'm gonna be honest, I struggle really mightily to find things about this album that I enjoy. That, because once these songs are over, they're just so forgettable that I couldn't tell you what happens on them, because the songwriting is so generic. They're just ripping off other bands that were popular at the time, but doing a way worse job of it. I have no idea why I would listen to this album outside of doing a review for it, because I can just get all of this stuff somewhere else infinitely better. It's painfully generic. A lot of the vocal performances are really bad. I think my least favorite part about this album is the lyrics. I think some of these lyrics are straight up embarrassing to even have in your discography. The production is not good. There's maybe like a total of a minute total of this album that I would say I like. I mean, there are worse albums that exist. It's not Welcome to the Madhouse or anything like that. You know, it's just really boring to me. It's just really generic. I'm gonna throw it a 3.5.
3.5, a brutal rating from Cole after a series
There's no
of
good
brutal
song. There's not one
ratings
good song
on this album. Not surprising there at the least. All right, well, that is the start of our Radiohead album discography. I hope you guys did enjoy. Again, we must say, and please, all you Radiohead fans, any of you Radiohead fans who are huge Pablo Honey fans, remember, this is just the start. There is so many Radiohead albums to go. There is a ton of which will keep coming, and the next few we are Radiohead fans. I promise you that. It is just the start of this is a little rough, so bear with us as we go. But I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching. First time people came out here, we really appreciate it. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers, so leave a like down below, hit subscribe, hit the bell to get notified when we go live. We do all of our album reviews live, so hopefully you guys can come by and watch us. We are going to do starting Pink Floyd's discography at the same time as our Radiohead discography trip, so the next one will be Pink Floyd's debut album. Noah.
Yeah.
I kind of hoped you would say the name
What's
of
it
it.
called?
What's it called, Noah?
Oh, Piper at the Gates of Dawn.
Piper
baby.
at the Gates of Dawn. So if you are a Pink Floyd fan, get ready because that's coming up soon. Also, quick announcement for those on YouTube who are watching and on the stream. We have reopened our paid album requests. The prices are negotiable, but they will be going up a little because we need to still be able to do our normal stuff that we do, our discographies, any other brand new albums that might release in between that. So they are reopening. There is a Twitter. You can DM us on Twitter and negotiate a price. There's a business email you can send it to as well if you want to send a paid album request to bump your album request to the top of the queue, and we'll discuss that. Just one last thing we want to say, we will do them when we are able to. We are not going to set aside our plans necessarily, but we will bump yours to the top of the queue when we have time to do an album request. But after all that, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe down below so we can hit 1,000 subscribers. Big announcement coming when we do, and we will see you guys in the next video. All right, chat. What is going on? Hey, Tarny, how are you? Guys, I was on Led Zeppelin server for 20 whole seconds. I have experience for real. Easy. Well, if you wanna,
I don't remember that.
Apparently, Cole didn't remember that. Apparently, the Arctic Monkeys was a paid request, and it is our biggest video. Yep, banger debut. You are correct. It's that or the White Album. I can't remember which is bigger. One might have passed it, but
Arctic
yeah,
Monkeys.
is it still there? Wow, look at that go.
It's at like 8.
Wow. Yeah, people love themselves some Arctic Monkeys. We were very surprised at that. That was a great request. I think that was Hugo who requested it. I don't remember. It was either Hugo or somebody else
Mikey
who
Cole.
might not have wanted them to be named. Mikey Cole might have done it. Yeah, that was it. Let's see. I don't see a business. Yeah, I added it to the description. I apologize. I thought I had it in there already.
Man,
Radio-
y'all are gonna have a rough time with me this week is gonna be really rough.
Radiohead is like Porcupine Tree to me. I've tried a few times, but they just never clicked for me. Yes, Hugo, we did reopen them. Look forward to your request. The only thing is, I was going to say is that we are going to have to. So we're upping our price just a little bit. For the hour, for any album that's longer than an hour, it's going to be $30 now. If it's below that, it's going to be, I think we said 15, right? Yeah. Think so. It's a very negotiable, so it's still negotiable, but the price will go up a little bit just because we want to make sure we can still do our routine of discographies and go through albums and don't get clogged behind and stuff. So yeah, it's still negotiable. Pink Floyd, the GOAT. Yeah, I know you and Noah, big fans. Oh, you sent an email? All right, thank you, AT Field. I will make sure to check it out. Oh, wow, Piper.
Okay. Calm down, Icy Real. No,
In
they do not
Rainbows, Kid A, and OK Computer are all 15 albums of all time. Wow.
They do not have 3 of the top 15 albums of all time. In fact, honestly, they don't have 1. So they have the top 20 albums of all time. They don't have the top 15.
All right. Unless we have anything else. Yeah, stay tuned. Next stream, I think we'll be here. Everyone should be able to do it tomorrow, correct? Yeah.
Probably.
All right. Assuming we are here tomorrow, we will try to be here a little earlier. I know it was a bit late for some people. Sorry about that. You can blame Cole if you want to for that. But yeah, next stream will be the start of Pink Floyd's discography, Piper at the Gates of Dawn. One of the biggest discographies in music history. Just so many albums, and it's going to take a while, but I think it'll be good for everyone to hear where we stand on it, because you hear us talk about Pink Floyd and Radiohead all the time, but you might not know where we stand. So it'll be very insane take. Cole, I'm clasping that. You're about to have some wild takes.
You're fucking rate your music over here, so
you're about to have some crazy takes once we hit the next couple Radiohead and Floyd albums.
This run of 3 albums that we're gonna do here, y'all are not gonna like me, but it's okay. It'll buff, I promise. It's gonna be fine.
No, Coda. Well, so we put up a poll for everyone to vote on in the community, and of the 80-something votes we got, people wanted us to just go ahead and go to Pink Floyd Radiohead's discography and skip Coda for now. So we'll come back and finish Coda at some point when we're a little less time constrained, but most people wanted us to just move on to Pink Floyd and Radiohead, so we are obliging with the community's request. Also, Metal is Pink Floyd's best album. Don't at me. Damn.
Famous
take
exists.
I'm not gonna at you. I'm just gonna tell you that you're.
I'm sorry, Tarny. Look, a lot of the people who wanted Coda wanted us to do the full extended debut, or not the deluxe edition, which is like apparently an hour and 45 minutes long. So that was just not gonna happen.
And it just got shit on in the poll.
And yeah, eventually people just outvoted it. It was like 60. I think it's like 60% now wanted Pink Floyd Radiohead. So unfortunately, we will come back to Coda. We will finish it one day, but we had to move on. Hey, what can I do? And Baby Come On Home. Are those both on Coda?
Deluxe edition.
The deluxe edition. Yeah, there were that's what that was just such a long album for what we were gonna do. We would probably get blocked, but Dark Side to the Wall is the best album run.
We're not reacting to the fucking orchestral 4-stick song. Like nobody cares about that.
I mean, one day, yes, Tony. One day we will get to it. We promise that. We are not abandoning it forever. They conquered the 70s.
Yep, Pink Floyd probably does have the best album run of all time.
Probably. Best 3 album run of all time.
Okay.
Oh, I don't agree with that.
Okay.
It is a better
Eminem, shut up.
I mean, I think of 2 artists at minimum who have a better
Eminem
and Kendrick.
What
Stop.
3 albums of Kendrick are better than
Don't say
Dark Side
damn.
to
Don't say
Animals? If
Are we
damn
talking
is
about in a
this,
row?
Yes.
Yes.
What do you think a run means?
Okay, well, not Kendrick then, but Eminem and Kanye then.
Absolutely not to both of those. That's ridiculous.
Come on.
Yes,
real.
Orchestral Four Sticks is
Neither
so
of them.
good. It's great.
Who the fuck cares about Four Hands Bombay Orchestra? The fuck? Shut up.
Best four.
If you care about that song, there's something wrong with you.
See, I agree. Eminem. I mean, I would say the only thing that lowers Kendrick's is that it's Damn. Kanye probably has a better album run than Kendrick does, but it's Damn. I rank Damn higher than these two do. So
That Damn isn't even part of his best run. It's not even in it.
Well, apparently Tarney cares about Four Sticks, whatever that is you're talking about.
Not for fucking Orchestral Four Sticks.
I don't know.
Okay, the thing is, we've never done the extended album treatment for anybody else. Why does
That's
that album
true.
deserve it?
We have never done a deluxe edition album before, so
And hell, I would have done the Presents one because there's a song on the Presents Deluxe Edition that's better than most of the songs on Presents.
when are we getting more MF Doom? Man, you guys always come at us with these random people, artists, and random albums. Like we're
We can't just go
You
off
know
of
what?
one request.
If you want
We're trying our best.
if you want it, negotiate a price with us, and then we'll do it. How about that? That's what I'll tell you. Without the deluxe is trash. Well, that's the point. If you have to have a deluxe edition to
bad,
be
yeah.
good, you're not gonna get. We're not gonna just randomly decide. Oh, for this guy, we're
It's
gonna
not
this
even-
album, we're gonna do an
Or
hour
we
and
can rate it.
45 minutes.
Yeah, we can give it a better rating. We'll do the deluxe version. No.
I'm not doing the whole deluxe edition. That's
we-
not happening.
We did not do Good Kid, Mad City Deluxe, did we?
Oh, okay, well that was
We did like two of the songs.
Did we?
Again, we did not do the whole thing. I'm not doing the all coded deluxe. It's so stupid.
we did like 3 bonus tracks.
We
from that album.
did. We did 2 bonus tracks.
You know
from
what,
Good
right,
Kid, Mad City
Cosmic?
Deluxe.
You're
We
right.
did
If
2.
somebody pays us $200, yes, we'll do all of coded deluxe.
Sure.
What an
Yeah. You wanna
unbelievable
drop-
waste
you
of
wanna-
fucking money
you wanna
that
drop
would be.
2 hundo, we will absolutely do the deluxe coda.
We'll do the
We'll do any
disintegration
album.
loops for $200.
Yeah, you want to drop 200? We'll do any album you want.
Sitar is an annoying instrument. I don't care.
Ain't it?
Oof.
Ain't
That
it?
George
Ooh.
Harrison bullshit songs that he came up with the sitar.
It's not the full deluxe. Yeah, we didn't do the full deluxe, but that's also because Good Kid, Mad City Deluxe has like 1 or 2 songs that are kind of like part of the main album itself too. So it was sort of like a must-do type of
Yeah,
situation.
not just
We're not gonna
not
just do an hour
throw
and
away
45
shit
minutes.
from like 10 years ago on the deluxe version.
Imagine
just-
Dragons discography is a
Uh-huh.
must. If we do Imagine Dragons discography, we will lose
We're not doing
subscribers.
Imagine Dragons
Oh.
discography. I'm not doing that to myself.
$10,000.
First of all,
Yeah, you know what? 10 Karen. Drop 10 G's for Imagine Dragons discography. We'll do it in one night. Fuck it.
One? No.
Go
Two?
ahead and
Don't do that. It's not, honestly, I don't even know if that's worth $10,000.
All right. Your album is 69 minutes. Oh, sorry, Hugo. Talk to us on DMs or in the email. We can negotiate, brother. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that at all. All right, guys, we have to go so Cole can actually be here for tomorrow's next stream, so he's not dead ass tired. Hopefully, you guys enjoy. We will see you for Pink Floyd, Piper at the Gates of Dawn.